Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to have a go at modelling a random object I've taken from Study CAD CAM. So what we're going to have a go at doing is this technical drawing here. So one of the best ways to practice and get good at using CAD software is, I always say, start with a few tutorials first, sort of get the basics down. Then just start taking some technical drawings, some objects you see around your house or your office, wherever you're working, and then just trying to practice modelling those. So if you want to have a go at doing this along with me, I will put a link to this in the description. If you want to know where to grab loads of these, so this is from GrabCAD. So I'll show you another link I have got. So let me just minimize that a second. So if I drag this page over here, so literally GrabCAD community, and then you'll find loads and loads of different technical drawings. I've not picked one in any very particular reason. I just literally had a look through and went, oh, that looks like quite interesting, and just clicked on that one. I'll do a series of these. I sort of like a few and try and pick some quite different ones, so they're not all similar. But the idea is, what I want to do is sort of talk through my thought process as I'm doing it with you. So let me just get back up my technical drawing that we're going to do. Okay. So I'm going to have this on my dual screen. So this won't be on screen for you the whole time to see, but I'll bring it back over a little bit. But looking at it now, so it doesn't look massively complex. There's a few things to look at. So you're trying to think about how you're going to do the sketch that builds up from it. One disclaimer it's worth pointing out, sometimes when you grab these, you'll work your way through it and then you'll realise there's like one measurement missing somewhere. I've done that before in a few different exercises and practices where an agent's doing it, and then you're looking for one particular measurement and it's just not there, and then you end up having to sort of like eyeball it. If that happens, it happens. It's not a big deal as long as it starts to look about right. Another thing to look out for as well is things like symmetry. So this obviously is a symmetrical shape. So actually what we can probably end up doing is modelling half of it and mirroring it over, but I'll talk through that when we start doing it. So I'm going to put that onto my other screen and make it a little bit bigger so I can see it. Okay, so what we're going to do to begin with is let's start a sketch, and I'm going to go on this plane here. Now I'll talk through it. I'll go quiet because I'm trying to look at the measurements on the drawing as well a little bit. So apologies if I suddenly sound like I've disappeared. When you're going to do a sketch, it's always worth making sure you do it at the origin, because if we're going to mirror things, it just makes things a lot easier. You could, if you wanted to, start sketching over here, but it just makes more sense to do it right at the origin. I've also, hopefully it's coming up, I've tried to put in a something to show my keyboard strokes. So if I don't talk for everything that I've done, you can see what keyboard strokes I'm pressing. If that is helpful or not, could you let me know, and then I'll know whether to keep it in or get rid of it in future videos. Okay, so I've made that a bit bigger. So I'm going to start, basically I'm going to try and start from the middle and work my way out a little bit. And we'll see how we get on. So the first little circle there says got diameter of 15. So I'm going to go to circle. I'm going to click on there, and it automatically will do the diameter measurement. So I want 15, and hit enter. Okay, and then the next one, so the next biggest one we have is radius of 29. Now when I did that, it will do, see that symbol there, if I get rid of that, this symbol here means diameter, okay, and R means radius. So just make sure, if you're not sure on technical drawings, that's what that means. So let's go to circle here, and let's come out, and then I want to do radius, but I can't do that yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click, and then I'm going to hit D for dimension, come out, and then I'm going to right click, and I can change it to radius there. And then I can do radius, and that radius is supposed to be 29, like that. And then the next one is supposed to be a radius of 34. So let's do that again. It's D, right click, radius, and that's supposed to be 34. Okay. I also now, so what I'm going to do is go to line and just do a line straight up there. And that's going to be my symmetry line. I'm going to take that and put that as a construction line. And I'm also going to have a line coming straight across here, and the whole length's supposed to be 110. So I could just half that quite easily in my head, but what's really good is if I click on that, if I hit D, say my maths is terrible, what I can do is to go 110 divided by 2. Okay, and it will automatically figure out the measurements for me, which is brilliant. And then what I can do is I can just mirror that across if I want to. So I can go to create a mirror. I want to mirror you across that line like that. Now the next bit I'm going to do, you don't need to do, it's just I like to do it because I don't like having a super messy sketch, is I hit T on my keyboard for trim and I get rid of the lines that I don't need. The argument for not doing that is that you end up getting rid of constraints. But I get distracted really easily and I hate having loads and loads of things on my screen, so I try and keep my sketch looking how I think it should look. So next thing I want to start doing is the teeth. So what we're going to do is they need to have an angle of 15 degrees. So what I'm going to do, that should be from here, and I'm going to just click like that. Then I'm going to hit D, do there to there, not let me do an angle. And that should be, again, 15. I'm going to do divided by 2 because my math is terrible. Easy. And then I'll mirror that across. So I'm going to create mirror, mirror, like that. And then straight away, I've got the tooth that I need to have. And again, what I'm going to do is just trim that away. Oh, no. And what we're going to do is let's go to create, let's go to circular pattern. Hang on a second. You let me trim that. Okay, there we go. So that's the tooth that we actually want. So let's go to create circular pattern. Objects I want to do are those two there. Now the reason I'm doing circular pattern, I'll run back over. Oh, there you go. As you see, we've got these teeth that clearly go all the way around, and we've got no other way of figuring out dimensions for it. But if we do a circular pattern, it will automatically calculate the distance that you need to have. So I'm going to bring it back over, and center point, and this is why it was important that we do it in the at the origin. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to start upping the numbers until it comes to where it should be. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on one side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So that's all the teeth that we need. Now I don't need these ones at the bottom. So what I can do, if I click on suppress here, if I uncheck these boxes, it's no longer going to do those. And I click OK, and then it's put those teeth in there without doing the ones at the bottom. And then what I can do is hit T and trim those off. And then also what I can do is get rid of those like that. And then also I don't need these bits anymore. Again, you don't need to do the trimming bit. I just like to do it because I think it just makes me see it a bit clearer. And then if I escape, and you can see it's all one shape now, it's what we want. Okay, so we've got that first bit done. Next little bit, we have got another circle, which is a radius of 41. So let's go to circle. Let's come out, D for dimension, right click, go radius 41. Again, I'm just going to get rid of that. And then we are going to have a line come up here, and that should be 24. And then that comes right across to there. And then let's mirror that across as well. Let's select those, mirror line, like that. Okay. Next, let's have a look at getting the overall shape done. So bear with me, I'm probably going to go quiet for a second while I start looking and trying to figure out the next sort of shapes to do. So this one has a radius of 90, so let's put that in. So let's do circle, radius again, so let's right click, radius 90. What I'm going to do, just so I can get rid of it, just draw these lines here just so I can. That's literally just so I can get rid of those bits there. Okay. So let's see if this works. Let's come up here. And let's bring a line here and then so it should be 120. Let's do 120 divided by 2, obviously it's going to be 60, but there we go. So let's trim that bit. Let's just trim that away. Again, let's create mirror, select that and bring that over. Oh, hang on, let's not do that yet. Let's trim that bit. Let's make that not a construction line anymore. Then let's mirror it. So let's go to create and mirror. Select these two. Mirror line. Okay, so we've got the outer shape. It's got a radius of, it's got a fillet of 10. So let's just click that. Okay, so it's got the overall outside shape. We've then got three circles, which are supposed to be diameter of 9. Okay, so we want a circle, radius 82. So let's go circle. Oh, we don't want that to be a construction line. Diameter. Oh no, dimension rather. Click. Radius. And then we'll do that of 82. Okay, and then we want a circle right in the middle of that. So we're going to go circle, and that is going to be diameter of 9. Let's just trim that away again. Okay, and then we can do a little trick we did before. So we can do circular pattern. We need to have 3 of those. So there's going to be one there, one there, one there. But let's just up that so we know it's going to be in the right place. So that'll be there. And then we can suppress these ones. We don't need them. Okay. Let's trim that away. So what I'm going to just do quickly, just to sort of show you how we're getting on, I can turn off dimensions, I can turn off constraints, so you can see how it's starting to look. Just quickly, let's trim those bits. There we go. And then the last little bits, I'll turn this back on again so I can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Really, we need to figure out So you see where we've got this little gear shape in the middle, these shapes here, these circles, we need these sort of like windowy bits. So just sort of looking for the measurements as we're going through with that. So that's the outside shape. Okay, and then what we need to have, let's see. So line. Okay, and then can I do dimension those? This to be 9.25. No, okay. Let's delete that and let's do that from here, there to there, and then let's do 9.25 divided by 2. There we go, that's better. Right, I'm going to leave that as a construction line at a minute because I need to figure out the bottom bit. So that circle is radius of 50. So circle, get construction off, click, hit D for dimension, right click, radius of 50. Okay, so now I need to extend that up. So what we need to modify extends, and that will jump up. What we can do is just trim that bit off. We don't need it anymore. We can stop that from being a construction line. We can then, so that's going to have a radius of what? A radius of 8. Let's just trim that as well for a second. We have radius of 8. Okay, so the only thing I'm missing now is this. So we've got all of this, these parts here. We've got this line, these corners, and this line. What we just don't have is the dimension from there to there. So all I'm looking for is to see if I can find some sort of hints as to where that should be. Okay, so that height from the floor should be, I'm missing a measurement there. I'm looking, have we got like a degree measurement for there or a length somewhere? This is what I was on about. Sometimes you may find the odd measurement is missing. I feel like we might be missing this length or this length, which is what we need. I'm just going to put that back onto my other screen and zoom up a bit. So as you can see, we've got these lines. We literally just need this last line here. And I'm just trying to see if we've got. Okay, so maybe, hang on. Okay, so now if I do that, if I do 5.9, what does that do? What's thinking about it? No, it doesn't like that. Okay. We might not have that measurement. But we know, one thing we do know, so let's do this. Line there, we do know is parallel. That one and that one should be parallel. We know that much. Okay, let's just tidy it up a little bit. Can I just add these fillets? So again, those fillets were 8. So let's go there and there, do 8. We'll fillet and we'll go there and there, and we'll go 8 again. Okay. I'm not seeing this other measurement on here. I did say a 1 at the beginning, that might be the case, but we've got, I don't think we're far off. It's literally just one measurement we're missing. It might be that we have to just sort of accept. What if I do? Okay. Will that do it? Let's do 5.9. No, that did not do what I wanted to do. Okay, hang on. Let's go back before we do this fillet. Okay. Try that again. Let's do 5.9. No. Let's do a line there and do 5.9. Okay. Now can no, that's not what I want. Coincidence. Okay. That might actually, is that 5.9? I think we might have got it. Okay, so let's see. Let's just check. So if I do that, we know it's 5.9. There we go. That looks. Let's drag that over a second. So you see. So I'm going to put my technical. So what I tried to do there is make the distance from that corner to that corner be 5.9. I think that might be the measurement actually. So yeah, if you've gone there, done that arc 5.9, and then obviously it's filleted, so that's why it's not right on the corner. I think that might be it. Let's just fill it and see how that looks. So again, we want that to be 8. Enter, fillet. Let's do 8 and enter. And let's just turn the constraints and everything off so we can, there we go. Okay, I think that is it actually. So we get that up. Yeah, that was the one measurement we're missing. That was a bit of a faff to try and find, but we got there. Let's just get rid of that. And then obviously all we need to do is go to create mirror. Let's mirror that across. Like that. So we've got our actual sketch done. Obviously we're not actually finished yet. We need to actually turn it into a 3D object that we've got. which shouldn't be too difficult. So we're going to go on finish sketch. So that's all actually, just one sketch at the minute. So what we're going to do is we need to have overall thickness of this shape first, which should be 10 mil. I'm going to hit E on my keyboard. Let's do 10 mil, like that. And my sketch has disappeared. So I'm going to turn my sketch back on. Then let's E for extrude, and these boxes need to be 22, but on top of that 10 as well. So it should be 32. I wish that my maths wasn't good. Look at that. Okay, and then the last one is this little gear part. That should be 40. Obviously, okay, that's 40 total. Okay, so that's 40 total. So I'll come right here so you can see what we've got. I can turn that sketch off now because we don't need it. We need to add in some holes. So if you see on this technical drawing here, those are the technical drawing names for holes. So we've got this 3D shape now. We just need to have these holes in here, which we've got the dimensions for here. So what we're going to do, there's a few ways you can do holes. You could just do like a sketch and extrude, or what you could do is just use hole command. And let's click on the surface. Okay, before we do that, actually, let's just create a sketch. All I'm going to do is hit L on my keyboard for line. And I'm just going to do corner to corner like that, just so I've got somewhere that I can snap my hole to. I'm going to go hole, click on that surface, come to the top, let's drag that into position so it snaps. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to have a look here. So our hole needs to be countable. So it goes down a bit. I'm going to get down a little bit more. We'll keep it flat so it doesn't need to be anything else. So the countable needs to be 11 mil diameter, which we've got, so that's good. Needs to go down 8. I'll just rotate this so you can see what's happening as I input it, because it updates live, which is quite cool. Let's do 8. Oh, no. And by mistake. So yeah, that's gone down 8. And then this needs to be diameter of 8. And needs to go all the way through like that. Then I can hit OK. I can turn that sketch off. So I've now got that hole there. And then what we can do is mirror that across as well. So we go to mirror. Now this time I'm going to change that to features, and I can just mirror that hole. And then mirror plane, and because we did it right in the middle, our origin is right in the middle perfectly. So I can just click on that plane there. OK, and we've got that across. Let's just bring this over. So I'm pretty sure that is finished. Now, normally what I would do now is start adding some like fillets to make it look a little bit less sharp and everything, but there's no fillets on those in the actual technical drawing. But you're more than welcome to do that. All I'll do now is let's go over to render. Let's hit A for appearance. Let's get metal. Let's get like a nice anodized color there. Let's change the lighting a little bit. Yeah, something like that. And then I'll need to save that before I can render it. So that's and then let's hit render. I'll do a local render. So it shouldn't take long. Helps if you press render first. Okay, and that is the end That's sort of my breakdown of how I'd go about modelling this. So it's not a massively complex object to do. While that's rendering, I'm just going to jump back over into design so you can see, and then I'll put that render as the thumbnail. So you can see what we did. We actually only did it in what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. A lot of it was symmetrical. There was one little measurement it took us a little bit of time to find, but we managed to find it in the end. But quite a fun little task to do. If you want to follow along as I'm doing it, hopefully I'll put the link in the description along with the link to all of those technical drawings. So have a go at practicing it. I hope you found that useful. If you've got any questions, either leave a comment down below or email me at design with simon@outlook.com.